Hello everybody, it's Robert at Shrums Coins. It's February 25th, 2026. I thought I'd do a little video. I have a lot of customers that they come in here, they sell gold coins, gold bars, other silver products, and sometimes they'll ask the question, I have gold jewelry, do you know who buys that in the area? And I say, yes, I do. I'm the one that buys it in this area. So a lot of people don't know that. Some people do. But yeah, we're a coin shop. A lot of coin shops buy gold jewelry now. We've been doing it for a while. So I want to kind of go through the process of how that works. We pay 75% of the gold value. And as far as I know, we're the highest in the area. If you know of anyone else that's better than that, let us know. But we try to do our homework and know our competition. And, you know, there is some risk involved for us. We do have to hold the product for a couple weeks. Gold could go up or down in those couple weeks, and then we have to have a certain quantity to send in to our wholesaler. So there is some risk involved with the markets. So I just want to show a couple things on how that would work. First of all, Robert at Shrums Coins Collectibles. We're here in Bunker Hill, West Virginia. This is our business information. I got a couple things here. These are actually both 10 karat. I got a 10 karat necklace. I got a 10 karat wedding band. I don't know if I can show this on camera or not, but the main thing that we first look for is we want to make sure this is marked. And I think you can see that. I was going to use the loop, but it says 10 KT. That's 10 karat. And that's what we're looking for. So if you have gold that's not marked, sometimes it is real. Sometimes there's some symbols after that that might indicate that it's plated. Sometimes there's symbols after that that it's not that it's plated, it could just be a maker's mark. So you can always Google that, and we can Google it here. If you're not sure, just bring everything you got and we'll look through your jewelry. And this ring's the same way. It's not going to show up on camera, but it is marked. Usually on a ring, on the inside of the ring itself, it's going to be marked. Wedding bands are pretty easy. Where it gets more complicated is when you get a ring with stones in it. So this is again 10 karat, but we have to, if we buy this ring as is, we have to discount for an approximate weight of these stones. There's no value for us as far as these stones go. After the 2-week period, we would knock all these stones out. So if a lot of people will do this ahead of time, they will take a ring, they will knock the stones out and have it ready for us, and that way there's no guessing on the actual weight. And what we're doing, we're just using a gram scale. So we just put it on the gram mode. We weigh it that way. A lot of times you'll hear something called penny weight. We actually have to convert that over to penny weight when we sell it. But as far as in the shop, day-to-day transactions, we're doing grams. So on this ring here, just to show you how it works, I would, want to make sure that it's marked. I have this machine here. It's called a key tester. And what we do with the key tester, you can calibrate it. You have to have a piece of 18 karat to calibrate it. You turn the machine on. It's got a little cap that you take off. And you basically place the ring on that metal disc. You can touch the ring pretty much anywhere. And you're looking for that to be in the yellow. Sometimes these will read high. It could even go up to the next area, that's fine. You at least want to make sure it's in the yellow. If it goes above that, that's okay too. So you can test this ring in multiple places. So that's good to do, like if you have a ring that has, maybe it's got some type of, almost looks like an attachment or a prong, maybe the material looks different, so you can test that actual piece. I mean, this here is straightforward. I mean, it's just a wedding band, so we test it like that. Another way we can test, we don't do this a lot anymore, so this is the key tester. It's used a lot here. The old-fashioned way, and it's still a good way to do it, is you take the ring, and I like to rub at least 2 lines. So you take kind of put it at a 45-degree angle, you rub a mark on it. I'm going to do it twice. I'm going to do it again there. And you always start off with 10 karat. You get a little kit. You can get them on Amazon or eBay. You always start with 10. What you're looking for, if it's real gold, the 10 karat will not dissolve it. It's just going to look like it's clear. So you put the 10 karat acid on it. As you can see, it's basically didn't do anything. It's almost like you put water on it, and that's what you're looking for. Now, if it ate that away, that means it's not real gold. That means the test is over. It's no good. So then with 10, I like to go to the next step. The next step is 14K acid. It's got a green lid. Now it should partially dissolve it. It's not going to be clear anymore because this 14K is a little bit stronger. And sometimes it will react differently. Sometimes I think this gold might be a little bit more pure than what they state. So if you look, I mean, it's getting a little darker, and sometimes it takes a little bit. As you can see, it's getting a little bit darker, but the main thing is it didn't eat it away. Even at 10 karat, the 14 karat acid shouldn't completely eliminate it. It should be something there a little bit. And I know it's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but we look at this for 10 karat. This is adequate. This definitely passed the test. The kit comes with a little rag. We just wipe that stone off, and then we're good to go for the next time. I don't acid test a lot. It is, if you have time, it is good to do that to know 100% for sure, because without a doubt in my mind, this ring is real. It's stamped. It tests on my key tester. It passed the acid test. And the other thing I look at is visually. Visually, again, be hard to pick up on camera. A lot of these rings, I mean, this ring's been used, it's been worn, and you can just see that the little scratches and stuff, when you look real close with a loop, you'll see that this is real gold. It just has this look to it, and once you look at a few pieces, you'll know. If it's plated, it's just going to have a different look, and it's just that gold plating is only on the surface, and it adds no value at all. And you might see corrosion or things like that. Gold does not corrode. I mean, it could be dirty, but it's not going to corrode. So on that particular ring, I don't know if this would show up. I'm actually not going to do that. I have a gram scale. I already weighed it. I don't think it's going to show up anyway. So this particular ring, I'll show you some numbers here. All right, so today is February 25th, and I just looked right before I started making this video. I use a site called Kitco. We use that a lot day to day even for the coins. I mean, for buying coins and bars. But on Kitco, it's always in troy ounces. That's great for coins and bars, but for jewelry, and there's certain like other areas in the market, like they make 1 gram silver bars and things like that. So on Kitco, there's an option to switch over to grams. So that's what I did this morning. So gold today, and this changes every few seconds, so don't hold me to this, but right now, as making in this video, gold is $166.83 per gram. So $166.83. So this is 10 karat. So what does that mean? 24 karats pure. So what you have to do, if 24 karats pure, if this is 10, we take 10 divided by 24. That means the purity of 10 karat gold is 41.6%. That's right here. Now, if you're doing 14 karat, you do the same math. You do 14 divided by 24. We see a lot of 14 karat, and that I believe it's 58.3%. And there's little charts online. If you don't want to do all this math, you can do that. But this is kind of like a breakdown of how I would buy this piece of jewelry. So then we take the $166.83, we times that by 41.6%, and that knocks the gross weight of this ring down to $69.40 per gram. So when I weigh this ring, basically that is the value per gram, because it has other material mixed in it like copper and other things. All right, so this ring itself, I weighed it on my scale. It weighed 6.31 grams. So I'm going to take that number, times it by my new rate of 10 karat gold. That's current market price. So I times that out. The current market rate of this ring is $437.91. Now, again, we pay 75% of the value. And I know there's guys that pay as little as 50%. Some pay 70. We pay 75%. So we take the $437.91, we knock off 25%, we like to round a little bit, so we're at $328. So someone come in today, passed all these tests, this basic ring, we would pay $328 over the counter. And we do have to get your ID. We do have to hold it for 2 weeks, but you're paid instantly. The 2-week hold is just for us. I've heard some shops that say we can't pay you for 2 weeks. It doesn't work that way here. I don't believe that's right, but we pay instantly. But we do have your driver's license, so if the ring is stolen and the sheriff's department shows up within 2 weeks asking questions about a certain piece of jewelry, we're going to have that on file and show them, so you would be in trouble. So you don't want to sell stolen jewelry. You don't want to steal regardless. So that's what we would pay. If you have multiple pieces, we'll pay more, of course. I mean, some of these rings and necklaces that get heavy, they could be north of $1,000. This is just a basic ring. So some people are surprised what this stuff is worth. Now, if this is a necklace and let's say it's broke in half, that doesn't matter to us because we're buying it for scrap. So the only thing with that is that if it's broken, the end needs to be there. So on the necklace itself, if this necklace is broke somewhere in the middle of the links, it doesn't matter. But let's say an end's missing, we need at least the end that's marked. In this case, it's marked right here, 10 karat. That piece needs to be on there. If this piece is not on there no more, most places will not buy this at all. Now, we're not saying we won't buy it. We would evaluate the piece and make a decision at that time of whether or not we would buy it. It's more risk involved. It would be a refinery lot for us. We may or may not buy it. So, main thing is, again, that the piece is marked. That's ideal. We do the same thing with, we buy sterling jewelry. I don't have a piece here to show you, but with sterling jewelry, I learned a little trick. It works pretty good. There's a silver acid. I don't really like to use that anymore. So now we're using 18 karat. This is actually intended for gold because it keeps stepping up. If you had an 18 karat gold piece, you would eventually get to this acid. You start at 10, you keep working your way up, and eventually you go 18 and maybe probably above it and do multiple stripes on that stone. Or you can use the key tester and see if you get 18 karat. But what's cool about this 18 karat, when you test silver, sterling silver rings, if you drop this on it, as opposed to the silver acid, I would rather use this because it turns a really nice, bright, like a metallic blue color. And it's really obvious, really easy to see. And that's how I test sterling jewelry. So that's basically it for today. I just want to let everybody know that, say a little bit of confusion I've been hearing about. Gold's high. Now's a good time to cash in. A lot of people are making money. They've had these pieces for 10, 15, 20 years, and they're very surprised of what kind of money they can get out of this stuff, and they don't know where to go. Some people assume maybe pawn shop. You might get half the money at a pawn shop, maybe less. I'm not sure. I would stay away from the pawn shops personally. There's good pawn shops out there, but just be careful and maybe call around. I mean, that's the best thing to do. If you don't know, get on the phone and say, call different places, call these 3 places, and do you buy gold jewelry? What percent do you pay? Kind of put them in the corner there so they can give you an answer. That way you know. If you're not comfortable, if you go to the place, we'll do it right in front of you. We'll do this whole process in front of you. We'll weigh it and everything, let you look at the scale, show you our math. We're not trying to hide anything. It's the same price for everybody. We don't care who you are. It's just the rates that we pay, and we're fair and honest. We're not just gonna look at a piece and throw a number at you. It's a process of weighing it, testing it, and the math is the math. The market is the market, and that's how we do it. So this video got a little bit long, but I just wanted to tell everybody that we do buy gold jewelry. Of course, we do buy gold coins, gold bars. Now that's a different rate. We pay 94% currently on most gold coins and bars, so it's a lot higher rate. And again, I think we pay more than anyone in the area. I know there's places that want to pay the same rate on coins and bars as jewelry, and they should not. They're worth a lot more because you can resell those. Most of the gold is It's either 22 karat or it's, you know, like 3/9 fine. And it's just a different market. It's a bullion market, less risk than the jewelry market. So I believe that's it for today. You guys have a good one. Talk to you soon.